Hi, my name's Carrie Lamb. I'm a physical therapist and Pilates instructor here at Connect Physical Therapy and Pilates in Golden, Colorado. I get a lot of questions from our clients of what can I do at home to work on my hip strength. So we're going to go through a good series of hip burner exercises that'll wear you out in no time. So put a mat on the ground. You can grab a pillow for support for your head, or you're always welcome to use your arm, which is what I'm going to do. And then meet me down on your side. Bottom leg is going to be bent. That's your support leg. You want to rock so you're right on top of that bottom hip and stretch out your top leg. Here we go. Our first exercise is an up and down. This doesn't need to be a huge range of motion. What you're looking for is that you're staying balanced on that bottom hip and that you're not doing this. There's not a lot of upper body movement or waistline movement as you lift and lower. Now I'm going to keep you moving. If at any point you need to tap out, give your hip a rest, please do. Sometimes it creeps up on you. The other thing I always ask people to check in with as they start working the side of their hip muscles is what's your neck doing? Often your neck will want to feel like it needs to help. You'll feel your head lift off your pillow or off your arm. So you want to be mindful of that and keep it down. We're going for fatigue. And then I want you to pause at the top of your kick, and now we're going to circle. When you're circling, imagine the wall across from you or a piece of furniture, whatever's there, and you've dipped your big toe in paint and you're trying to trace a circle. It's about the size of a dinner plate. It doesn't need to be much bigger. A little is sometimes harder, but you should already be feeling a burn. And then pause and circle the other way. Keep reaching that leg as long as you can. Check in with your head and neck, make sure they're not trying to help. And just try and notice the shape you're drawing. Just noticed my circle looked more like a D. And then go ahead and pause. Stack the legs. Bring your feet back so they're in line with your tailbone. So if you had a wall behind you, your head, your tail, and your feet would all be touching that wall. We're going to keep the knees and feet together and pick your feet up and down. Imagine that bottom leg is lifting the top leg up. We get a little stretch to some of those muscles we just worked. And we're starting to wake up our bottom leg. Now this next time you lift, I want you to hold it there and then open and close at your knees. So the feet stay lifted as you open and close. This is a clamshell motion. And again, you're watching that your hips are staying right on top of each other. Don't get caught up in how big this lift is. I want you to focus on the support and the balance. Last one. Feet come down. Top leg's gonna go out straight again. Reach it long like someone's tugging you at your ankle bone. You're gonna pull the top of the foot towards the shin, and we're gonna take a side kick, kicking forward and back. This is another one where what's most important is that you stay balanced on that bottom hip. Your back isn't involved, your pelvis doesn't move. We're just swinging our leg bone in its socket. You also want to be mindful that your leg isn't getting closer to the ground as you kick. go twice more. And then I'm gonna ask you to hold that leg back, turn the knee down and tap your toe, and then lift it up like you're drawing a rainbow and tap your heel to the front. Up, turn that leg, tap your toe behind you, up, turn your leg, tap your heel. This one gets hard really quick, at least for me it does. Up and around, up and around. Really keep reaching that leg long. We're almost there on this side. We've got 2 more to go. Up and back. Whew. Up and back. And then last one I want you to try is hold that leg straight ahead. Put your top hand on your thigh, and I want you to bend like you're gonna kick yourself in the rear. So pull and back. This hand is your reminder that you're not doing this. You're not bringing the thigh forward, you're pulling back. So working on endurance of holding this leg up. Last time, bend it, hit your top leg forward, roll yourself back in a nice little stretch. Whacking that hip always helps. We'll give you a little recovery time here before we do side 2. Hold it and breathe. And then up you come. Let's go to side 2. We get to do it all over again. What you'll notice on side 2 is you'll realize how much that bottom leg had to work to help support you. So we're gonna start with bottom legs bent, top leg straight, and we've got little kicks up and down. Remember, we're not worried about how high that kick is. What you're trying to do is to keep your hips stacked and that leg reaching long. Now what you'll often notice when you're working the side of your body, whether it's an arm, a leg, your side belly muscles, is that one side is often quite a bit stronger than the other. That's normal, it's okay, but what you might consider is doing 2 sets of these on your harder side. We're looking for fatigue. Remember, if you need to tap out at any point, before I do, feel free. Jump back in as you can. If you can go longer than me, keep going. And we're gonna hold up at that high point, little circles. I gave you that image like you're painting a circle on the wall. You've dipped your toe in paint. Try to trace the same path each circle. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but notice what the shape is. You tend to skip the back part of the circle, so see if you can focus there as your leg is going around. And then switch your direction. Keep those legs lifted. You don't want to let gravity win. Reach, reach. You should be feeling a good burn. And then pause, stack your legs. Whew. Feet come back. Your feet are now in line with your tailbone. You're gonna start with using that bottom leg to lift the top leg up. Up. On this one, it's okay to rock forward into that bottom hip. You can't keep your pelvis totally still.
then hold your feet up and open close at your knees. Imagine you're squeezing your heels together as that knee rotates up. Check in with your head and neck. Make sure they're not trying to hold you up. You've got so many other things that can do it. One more lift. And then down you come. Top leg goes out straight. Pull the top of your foot towards your shin, and you're going to kick forward and back. Forward and back. We're back to balancing on that bottom hip. You want to imagine a rod or a straight line. And you're trying to keep your leg parallel to the ground. It's really tempting to let it lower, to let it turn in. If that's your tendency, you could even turn up a little bit with your knee. One more time. Then we'll pause on the back. Now we're turning the knee and toe down, tapping, and rainbow it up. Tap your heel, up, tap your toe. This should be feeling like a good intense burn at this point. It is for me. I'm regretting some choices I made before I chose to record this. My hips are gonna be screaming at me tomorrow, but that's okay. Up and around. And up and around, right? Imagine there's a ball, a table, something. You've got to lift that leg up and over. Ooh, I can feel myself starting to use all sorts of things trying to help me out. Good thing we've only got one more. And back. And then leg comes up one last time in line with the body, and you're kicking and pulling. Just getting that last little bit of endurance out of the side of the hip. Again, you want your thigh to be parallel to the ground. And you want to feel the back of your leg, those hamstring muscles pulling. Last one. And then hit your leg forward. Give those hip muscles a good whack. They earned it. Hold that stretch. Now, as badly as this may be burning right now, believe it or not, you could go through it again and do a second round, do a second set. If you're really working to fatigue, let me have us transition onto our back for a little more stretching. We'll take a figure 4 here. If you feel a stretch here, great. If you want more, hug your legs in. These are exercises that can be done every day. Depending on how your soreness goes, you may need to take some days off, but you'll be surprised based on how tired you feel now that you may be ready to go again tomorrow. Take one more big breath in and out, and then let's trade sides. So pulling in and holding. I'm proud of you. You made it through. Those aren't easy to do. I hope I see you again tomorrow. And lower down. Feel free to take whatever other stretches you like. I'll see you again soon.